Hi, it's LIVERY and I've been asked repeatedly about my build for my Type 7. I don't think there's anything amazingly interesting about the build for my Type 7, so if you want to click away from this video, feel free. It's very simply just running down some of the parts that are on my Type 7 and why. So we've got the two fixed enforcer cannons, tier 5 overcharged, fine. The missile rack, at the moment I'm running a rapid fire one. I thought it had drag munitions on it, but when I actually checked it had thermal cascade. So that surprised me. So I may have to go and upgrade that to a tier 5 with drag munitions at some point. But the beam laser is only tier 3 efficient, thermal conduit. That helps me not overheat in battle, and I'm not really worried about upgrading that because it does a perfectly adequate job for what I need. The utility mounts are very standard. The point defense is placed by my cargo hatch to defend against limpets. I call it the pointless defense, and it's proven to be that over the years. The shield boosters, you know, the only thing this engineer upgraded there because I can't bother to upgrade the rest. Now I run mirrored composite armor, bit of a weird one, but it's always served me well. I know most people prefer reactive, but I'm quite happy with the mirrored composite. It's worked well for me. The only interesting thing on here is the fact that my thrusters are 5B. This is an old hang up from when the Type 7, before engineers, you couldn't run everything A rated on the Type 7 because you didn't have enough power. So the 5B thrusters are a concession to that, and they saved my life once when I was attacked by a wing of FDLs. The fact that the B thrusters are the armoured ones meant I survived barely, with about 30% hull thrusters left. So had I not had the B rated, I would have died. So they've stayed on my ship ever since, and they're tier 5 clean, so they work just fine. The manoeuvrability is perfect for this ship. The pitch and yaw rate just feels lovely. There we go. So the shield strength less than 400, but solid enough for a Type 7. Obviously I can take the fuel scoop off and the discovery scanner off and add another 40 tons of cargo space to this thing and still have just under 400 shields. But I use the fuel scoop because I tend to truck around, not in the same place, and the advanced discovery scanner I spam everywhere I go, and I'm quite happy with the space, the cargo space as it is. And yeah, I could run 40 tons more, but you know, I'm quite happy with the profit margins I make with this ship as it is. I occasionally, if I go to a community goal for example, I'll swap them out when I'm doing the runs backwards and forwards, and then put them back in before I leave the community goal. On occasion I have been known to forget to put them back in, but that happens. People have asked me when they've seen my ship builds in the past what the CIS is all about. Well, that's Cock in Space 1. So all of my ships have a CIS number. Cock in Space 1, 2, 3 and all up to 15. As to this, so someone asked me about this. They saw it on a panel in one of my videos, but basically I always make sure that the stuff that's essential is 1. When I say essential, I mean absolute essentials. That's thrusters, frameshift drive, and in this case a heatsink. The reason being is if my power plant gets taken out, they will still work, so I'll still be able to jump and I'll still be able to move, even if my power plant's taken out. As long as that's under 50%, because when your power plant gets taken out, it drops your power, you know, output to 50% of what it was. So as long as you've got your absolute emergency stuff on 1, the rest doesn't really matter. And I tend to have stuff moving from 1, 2, 3, 4, just so when my power plant gets taken out, I can still move and jump. Saved my life a couple of times, but it's well worth knowing. Bit of power management never hurt anyone. And back when, before I could upgrade the power plant, that was vital. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching.